I'm Michigan criminal defense attorney and drunk driving lawyer Aaron J. Boria, and today I'm going to answer that age-old question: should I refuse a chemical test or breath test if I'm being investigated for drunk driving in the state of Michigan? Most people don't realize this, but in a drunk driving investigation, there's not only just one chemical test that's usually offered, but two, and you have to know the difference in order to answer this question properly. The tests are the preliminary breath test and then the implied consent chemical test. The preliminary breath test is usually a handheld device that is offered or demanded at the scene where the officer is investigating you for drunk driving. And it should occur before you are placed under arrest. Refusing a preliminary breath test is a $200 fine, a civil infraction, not a crime, and it does not show up on your driving record. It's like an expensive parking ticket. The implied consent chemical test is a test that is only offered after you've been arrested. Under Michigan law, if you've been arrested for drunk driving, you have already consented to submit to a chemical test upon the demand of a police officer. If an officer asks you to take a chemical test, blood, breath, or urine, and you refuse, the offense is reported to your Michigan driving record, 6 points are added, and your license is suspended for an entire year. No driving at all. The consequences for refusing the implied consent test are pretty severe, and 9 times out of 10, the officer is going to get a warrant anyway. The easiest way to differentiate between the preliminary breath test and the chemical test is that the preliminary breath test occurs before you are arrested, and the implied consent chemical test occurs after you've been arrested. Every case is different, and before you decide whether or not you should refuse a preliminary breath test or an implied consent chemical test, you need to talk with your lawyer. But to answer the question, most cases, people would benefit from refusing the preliminary breath test and consenting to the implied consent chemical test. It is possible that even if you refuse the preliminary breath test, you could still be arrested. However, there may not be enough evidence and your attorney could challenge the probable cause of the arrest. I'm Michigan criminal defense attorney and drunk driving lawyer Aaron J. Boria. If you've been accused of drunk driving or any other criminal charge in the state of Michigan, give me a call, 734-453-7806, or shoot me an email at borialaw@gmail.com. I know the laws, I fight for my clients, and I get results that other attorneys simply do not. Call me today.